Why be normal? And what is normal health? We're going to chat about that today. Hi, I'm Lori Blue, functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner. I'm super excited to come here today and to tell you more about why you don't want to be normal, especially as a woman over 50. You got to look at everybody around you who have normal health. And what does normal mean? Normal is 88% of the population is sick, and they're getting diseases growing inside their body, and you never know where they're going to be in 10 to 20 years. You want to look at things that if you've got your growth process turned on in the body, and what a growth process turning on in the body is, you've got your sugar switch on. This is the pathway where disease can grow in your body. So if you're feeding your body in a growth mode with your sugar switch turned on, and you're eating sugar and lots of carbohydrates, and you're stuck in that loop of not being able to get off your foods that you crave, and you know you don't feel good, you've got fatigue, you've got brain fog, you've got energy dysfunction, you have pain in your body, you don't like the weight you're at, you just don't feel good or confident, and you struggle every day. And every day you're worried about what you're going to do about food. You're going to, every day you wake up and you wonder, what am I going to eat? What am I going to wear? What's the day going to be like? I'm going to start out well, and then all of a sudden you're going to feel like you just can't do it, because willpower is not something that you can live off of. It's only something that can happen temporarily, but you really can't live that way. And so when you think about what is normal, you want to look around at everybody. And if 1 in 3 people are going to have a disease, who are the people you're standing with? And do you really want to be normal? And the reason why I actually wanted to discuss this today, because it just came up in conversation, and that somebody mentioned they just want to be normal. But I'm like, if your normal was sick and you were unhealthy and uncomfortable in your body at normal, and now you feel better in your body, and you're not normal anymore because you're actually more exceptional. So why should we settle for normal when we can settle for exceptional? And that's why I really wanted to come in with this subject today for the week, to talk about how you can pull yourself up and out of normal, which is 88% of the population sick. And then if you think about it, there's even more people who have insulin resistance, and all of that is the precursor to a disease state in the body. Did you know that the diseases that we live with are lifestyle diseases? They are preventable. However, you don't want to get them and then have to try to reverse them. That's even harder. It can help. It can work in the long run, but it's a lot more work. It's a lot more work. I think I've worked with one of my clients that no longer has diabetes. He reversed that process, and he actually just come off a 20-day fast. So, he's the fasting king. And when you actually look at your health and decide that you don't want it to go the way it's going, you want to be able to just think about what actions you might be able to do to correct this and reverse the process of normal, so you can feel confident and beautiful in your body and feel exceptional. And that's okay to feel that way. That's where confidence and beauty come in. Not accepting the normal and trying to be the best that we can in our body to have the best health that we want to have. So as a woman over 50, you can reclaim the second half of your life to be the best half of your life. That's what I've done. And I'm so grateful that I found the right weight loss and diabetes solution for myself, because it works for everybody. And that's why I want to shout this from the rooftops and let you guys know that you can make a choice to get into action to not be normal, to get out of the normal 88% of people who are sick. Because if you have pain in your body, if you have brain fog and energy fatigue and a disease creeping up on you, or you see everybody around you having diseases and you don't want to go out like they are, how many people don't make it to 60 or even make it out of their 60s? There's too many. What if we can just stop that process, turn off the normal, flip that sugar switch off, flip off those disease-causing genes off, and actually program our body with food, program our brain for health, get the right nutrients we need so that we can be on fire And we can build our beautiful body back up again, create the health that we want in our brain and in our body, and get out there and live life the way we want to live it. And that's what I call aging beautifully and adventurously. So when you create your life as a health adventure, when you choose health as a hobby and actually use food as medicine, movement as medicine, and being aware that you can do these things and have these choices, that you can rebuild the body that you have. Our body is designed to heal and to get into homeostasis. We have to take away the interferences that cause the problems. We can find our weight loss blocks. We can use functional diagnostic nutrition and get the labs run to find out what those hidden healing opportunities are in weight loss blocks. We can find the missing pieces of our health and put our body back together again. I'm storing so many pieces of the puzzle in my head, and every time I get with a new client and hear what they have to say and find out what their needs are, I can go in there and start pulling out the missing piece of the puzzle piece for them, because I used my lived experience, my certainty, my conviction to help you discover your hidden healing opportunities. And not just from the labs, but that combination, using labs, all my lived experience, all my education, understanding obesity and metabolic dysfunction, and coming from the point where I reversed pre-diabetes. So I didn't have to have diabetes. And so there's a lot of things that we can do, but we don't have to choose normal. You don't want to be normal. And so if you're waking up one day and you feel like, I just don't want to do this diet thing today, don't do a diet. How can you support your lifestyle to live the way you want to live? And so if you're feeling like that, go in the kitchen and cook up some bacon and eggs. Have a hamburger. Have some chicken. Eat some food. Eat food that actually nourishes your body. Did you know that most people are actually starving? They're starving for nutrients. People who have diabetes are starving for nutrition because their body isn't getting it. And if you're eating out at restaurants and fast food and unfortunately getting those seed oils, those are the vegetable seed oils, our body can't use that as energy. And so if you're just burning sugar, you're creating a body that is starved from nutrients because it doesn't have the nutrients it needs. And if you're just burning sugar, your brain can't function. You're not going to get the energy you need and the focus that you want to be a powerhouse at work, to be badass. You want to turn your brain power on. To turn your brain power on, you have to put yourself into ketosis. That's the way the brain is designed. If you're going to be a sugar burner, you have to actually not have a broken metabolism, because insulin needs to work. And so insulin can turn on and off when you're metabolically flexible like I am. So my metabolism this morning is flexing, and I'm kind of evaluating it, because one of the things I'm doing is using a Keto Mojo to track my ketosis, because I've got some personal goals that I want to focus on. And so my initial reading was like 0.3, and I wasn't in ketosis. And then I was a 0.6, and I was in ketosis. But my body is struggling today, so I had my coffee and my blood sugar, or my ketones dropped back down to to 0.3, and my blood sugar shot up a little bit. So I'm kind of analyzing that. And then every hour today, I'm taking my blood sugar readings, and I'm not planning on eating a full meal until I get myself into ketosis. And so that's my goal with intermittent fasting right now, is to track the ketosis so I can actually burn extra body fat. So there's so many things that we can do when we do more intermittent fasting. But then intermittent fasting, you need to build up your body. So this is beyond normal. This is what you can do to live adventurously, to live life as a health adventure, is you can do intermittent fasting. But a lot of the times when people are first starting, and I'm going to meet you where you're at, because I work with people who are beginners or advanced, and get to know what your needs are and what your vision is, and help you build your goals. And I'm going to show up and give you the accountability and the support you need so you get the wins and get the successes. But when you work on lifestyle management, when you figure out where you are and what your body can tolerate, you got to train your body to intermittent fast. If you're starving, you can't do the intermittent fasting right off the bat. But the bare minimum is a 12-hour fast. So if you stop eating at 8 o'clock at night, you start again at 8 o'clock in the morning. Or 7 is better, and then 7. And so that 12-hour fast is what the body needs to do maintenance. And it does better maintenance when there's no digestion happening. And so that's really powerful for your body to get that support. In the beginning, we need more fat, not less. And then yet it depends on the quality of fat. And so you want good, natural, pasture-raised animal food that are less fatty for your body, and your body can then dip into your body fat. But then if you have like brain fog and you need brain support, you might want to bring in some extra MCT oil and some butter, add it to coffee, get that brain power going, build up your fasting tolerances so that you're feeding your body and you're getting your body ready to get to the next level. And they're all action steps. And so you build up your personal lifestyle around what your body needs for nutrition and what your body needs for supplements to support you and give you relief care while you're getting through everything. Because we want to not be normal. We want to not be one of the 88% of the people who are sick and overweight. We can change that. We can reclaim the second half of our life to be healthier. I'm doing that. I did that. I'm healthier now at 61 than I've ever been. And I feel good. We can all do this. I'm not different than anybody else. I just wanted to lose weight and feel good in my body. And so I was looking for my weight loss solution. And when I found it, I ran with it and I never looked back. Because once you feel better, when you switch to low carb nutrition and you feel better, you don't ever want to go back to feeling unhealthy. And yet if you fall off, you know you can get back on. And then you always want to understand and realize that normal is not what you want. Eating donuts and feeling normal is just a sick state because your body is sick underneath. As long as you're pouring vegetable oil, fried foods, and sugar into your body, you're going to have cardiovascular risk. It has nothing to do with the cholesterol from fat and from eating animal protein. That doesn't cause us to be sick. That actually can support your health. And so you want to actually flip the food pyramid upside down, because we need to nourish our body. And you can't nourish your body with 12 servings of grains and fruits, because that causes your blood sugar to be raised. Some people, if they don't have insulin resistance, they could possibly live that way. If you have a broken metabolism, if you're overweight, if your brain isn't functioning, if you have any kind of bipolar or depression, you want to be on a keto diet, because that's what they're learning in metabolic psychiatry. They're learning that the more they can get their patients into ketosis and with low carb nutrition, the brains will work again, because your brain is starved for nutrition too. It can't burn the glucose because of insulin resistance. And so that's why you end up with brain fog, fatigue, and low energy. How would you like to just be on fire with your brain with rapid thoughts and it's working the way you want it to work? And you can. That's just part of a health hobby that you can jump into. You can look at living a low carb lifestyle, creating a low carb lifestyle, and not look at it as a restriction, but opportunities, because you want to be able to understand that you get to eat food and not starve. You're eating foods the way we were designed to eat. Look back at what your grandparents ate 200 years ago, 100 years ago. There was no Alzheimer's, diabetes, and heart disease before 1900. And I think somebody said Alzheimer's didn't even start to 1979. And what does that mean? That means that metabolic dysfunction is causing that. And if people were not overweight before the 1950s, then it's the sugar, the vegetable oil, and the processed foods that are causing everybody to be sick. And so that has become the new normal. But what was normal back in 1900s? Normal back in 1900s was eating the animal fats, getting your natural fats and butter, eating 3 straight meals a day without snacking. And desserts were not something that you ate all day long. As long as you're adding sugar to your body and you have metabolic dysfunction, you will have a disease state, and you will be hard and stuck in that 88% of people who are unhealthy. And so if one out of every 3 people are getting cancer, look around you. You can stop that. You can turn off that process, because you can starve cancer by not feeding it sugar. And when you eat wheat, it turns into sugar. So this is all processed food that turns into sugar, blood glucose in your blood. And that's why Dr. Jason Fung is so, determined to teach people to do fasting, because he doesn't want his clients to have kidney disease. So he wants to stop their disease process before they get diabetes so that they don't have to have kidney dysfunction. And that's the process. So I want to empower you to not be normal, but have exceptional health. So I'm teach and educate, not medicate, but believe that we can target relief care and symptoms and problems in the body with targeted supplementation as you need it, when you need it, until you get to the point where your body is healthy and can manage with just food alone. And yet there's always hormone balancing. I use hormone balancing. I'm 61. You can't replace, or you don't have hormones over 60. When you're in menopause, you have to add them in. So if you want hormone balance, you need to run the labs to find out what's going on so you can support yourself with hormone balancing over 50 so you can have more exceptional living. So you can age more beautifully and adventurously with energy and be active in your lifestyle. And those are the things that we want to have. This is why I love to call it, what my lifestyle that I've developed is a health hobby. I'm living my life as a health adventure. And I'm aging beautifully and adventurously. And these are all the terms that I use in my program, which is the holistic low carb method. Now, if you want help with this, that's my job. I'm here to help you implement a low carb lifestyle so you get your life back on track and you don't have to be sick. There's a lot of things that you can do. Get your body back into homeostasis, find the missing pieces of your health, and then find those hidden healing opportunities with the functional labs. Discover what your weight loss blocks are, and then create the brand new person you want to be. So there's no need to be normal. We don't want to be normal. Normal is sick, pain, brain fog, you name it, it's there. Normal is not acceptable. We get to be exceptional. That's aging beautifully. When we get to feel our best and know that what we're doing is going to create the body that we want to have. So that's the main subject of today, and I'm going to go ahead and write out an email later too. So if you want to get on my email and get the full story all typed up and written, delivered to your email, just let me know and DM me your email, and or go to my bio and download my workbook so that you could get on my email list. There's 2 ways to do it there. But I also want to get into what I am doing as my health adventure lifestyle, because we want to be excited about living. And I want to give you an update on what I'm doing, because this is all part of Aging Beautifully and Adventurously that I'm designing for my life, that I help my clients design too. And no matter what your level is, whether you're advanced and need more support to get the weight loss because you're falling in and out of a low-carb diet, and maybe you need that emotional support because of food cravings, that's my job too. So, and I say that too many times, I notice, because I listen back to my podcast. So most people's bodies can get back into homeostasis. You just have to program it to do so, and food will program that. But it's also lifestyle. It's the grounding, the earthing, the sunlight, getting movement. What I did today already was, first, this is the habit that I'm trying to cultivate because I want to get more active. And so I'm doing a sprint, plus I want some weight loss. And when I'm already 127 pounds back and forth between 125 and 127. And so I don't have a lot of weight to lose, but what I need to do is tune up my weight. I need to tune up my skin, tighten my skin, and feel good about the body that I'm living in to, live my 60s strong with muscles and having good longevity and keeping my eyes healthy and my skin healthy. Those are my goals right now. And so I am doing intermittent fasting and tracking my ketones. And one of the things I wanted to do was to do sprinting, because I want to reverse a lot of the belly fat and the visceral fat and shrink up my skin. So intermittent fasting and the visceral fat to help do that is what I'm focused on. And then after that, I go for a walk. And then right now, since I'm training for a half marathon, I've told myself I have to jog with my walk. So it's not just a nice, quiet morning sun walk. Right now, I'm doing a walk jog to get more endurance for my half marathon. That's in September. And then I'm also just started up tennis lessons. And so I'm super excited to be doing tennis, getting out of the house, building a new hobby for my 60s. And I was so excited to find that there's endurance in that. No wonder so many people want to do pickleball. You do half the court with pickleball, but with tennis, you're running the whole court. And so I could see why, people my age are wanting to do pickleball. And I might segue into that, but I wanted to learn the basics and get into tennis and just really enjoy that. And I loved the endurance part of that, and definitely can feel it in my arms just using the racket and learning all of the right arm movements. So that was really fun. And I've signed up for 2 more lessons so far for September. So I'm super excited to get better at tennis and actually start playing a game. And then the other thing that I do is I have a red light panel. And I just, I'll do my face and try to meditate and just breathe when I'm doing my face. But when I'm doing my whole body, I'm doing my arm work. So I'm doing the arm work. I want to stretch the skin, and, you got to stretch it to get the cellophane to kind of like come back in. So I'm building muscle, but I have to stretch my skin. And so I'm doing that with arm work. And I'm also doing yoga twice a week, and we're doing more arm work in yoga. So I'm also focused on doing that. So I want to keep active. I'm doing yard work. Even housework matters. My Aura ring picks up all my yard work and housework when I am elevating my energy levels. And so you want to know that everything that you're doing, staying on your feet and keeping active, is going to help you develop all of that as movement for your day. And then you want to get targeted sunlight as much as you can. If you're just getting started in low carb and you're dipping your toes in, get your carbs under 100. Keep the fruit in a little bit. 1 to 2 servings a day should all be needed. You don't need fruit, but if you need it because you need that boost of dopamine or serotonin from the sugar, just don't eat the processed food, but start low carb. Because if you don't want to be normal, where are you going to start, and what are your action plans that you want to do? So downloading my workbook in my bio can help you kind of plan that out and give you some first steps, 8 essential hacks to get started, so that you know what to do, so that you can actually be in action and start feeling better in your body. And start keeping a journal or like a food journal of how you feel when you eat, and what is your goal, and what do you want to do. The more we create our life as a health adventure, the better we're going to get results. So one of the things that I'm working on right now is creating a recipe book that I want to have out, and I just started it yesterday, putting it together. Like the look of it so far, and I'm hoping to have this out in mid-October, and that will be available. And it's just going to be a small amount of money, not too expensive, but I want to have it out there for you. Also, I have just finished and recreated a book I was starting to work on, an ebook for my business, and it's the Holistic Low Carb Method. And it is the Aging Beautifully and Adventurously lifestyle steps, as well as shopping guides and cleaning up the pantry and getting started. Then fat for the brain, so it's got a section on fat for our brains, and good fats and bad fats, and why we need fat in the diet. Then gluten-free and sugar-free living, as well as stress and sleep. And so these are some basics that I go over in my program that I wanted to put together to be able to hand out to clients as they work for me. And the other thing I'm going to do with that is I'm going to start creating my educational presentation modules, and I'm going to put all of these together as a Holistic Low Carb Method Jumpstart for January, so that without the coaching, you could actually have all of the resources, that resource books and my recipe book, if you don't already have it, as well as the modules, so that you could get started on your own if you wanted that route where you didn't have time for coaching or didn't want to invest in your coaching. Those are some things that you can do. But if you want more support, I'm also here for that. So you can jump on a call. Let's schedule a call. I have 3-month and 6-month programs where you get 3 to 6 labs to figure out what your hidden healing opportunities are in your weight loss block, so we could dial that in this year. Drop that 20 pounds this year, and you can look amazing for the holidays. That's still available to anybody. I do have 2 spots open this month, and scheduling calls. So let me know if that's something you're interested in. But to recap all of this, I want to make sure that you don't accept normal. I want you to be exceptional. And so just get into action and just be aware that if you're normal and you have symptoms in your body and you don't like the symptoms in your body, or if you see everybody else around you that is normal but dying, and you want longer lifespan, you want to reclaim the second half of your life, realize that that's normal. And don't accept normal. Accept exceptional. Work towards recreating the body that you want to have so you could be active and driving in your 90s, being self-sustainable in your 90s, living where you want in your 90s and not a nursing home. Those are all choices that we can have. I'm a completely different person now than I was 8 years ago. That's me. I've recreated my beautiful, I feel good. And I want to shout this to the rooftops that we can have this choice, that we can be the person that we want to be, that we can redevelop the health that we want to have. Our body wants to get healthy. You just have to get healthy to lose the weight. It's not that you lose weight first. You have to get healthy to lose the weight. What's causing the interferences? Food is 80% of that, if not more. You have to change your food source. If you're living on processed food, you're going to have a body that looks like processed food. We need to change that. And I wanted you to know that you can change that. That's my certainty and conviction that if I could do this, you can do this. And if you want that, I will take you there and give you this. But you have to want to invest in it for yourself. But I'm here for you. So I believe that you can get the health you want. I believe that you can lose 20 to 50 pounds over the next year, 6 months to a year. If you want it, I will take you there. And you can do this. You could even do it by yourself if you know the pathway. Take advantage of listening to my YouTube station. Go back and listen to all of my reels. Let me know what you think and tag me. Sign up and follow me on YouTube, because I'm here for you guys to help you understand you don't need to be normal. As a woman over 50, as anybody over 30 who doesn't feel good. I started my journey in my mid-30s. I wish I'd known then what I know now. It took me another 20 years to turn off my disease process and to actually start losing the weight for good, for permanent weight loss. It took me 25 years or longer. It took me my whole life to figure all of this out. Your food sensitivities need to be discovered. Your digestion needs to be supported. We need to balance your hormone and your gut health. All of that. Those are all things that your body, that's part of what your body is. And when you fix that, you fix your brain. When you fix your food, you fix your brain. And so if you're feeling tired, exhausted, and just don't have that willpower left, or you feel depressed, anxiety, it's because of the food you're eating. So these are all things that we can change. One of the things that I started doing just recently is adding in more natural skincare, because I told you I wanted to correct my skin. And so I want as natural skincare as I wanted. So I started using just yesterday Feral Life Smart Lard Lotion, which is very similar to our skin. It has this protective barrier when you put it on. And it's naturally rich in vitamins to help with wrinkles and collagen, but it also is a pH balanced. And pig fat, pig lard, is actually very identical to our skin. And so if you're going to get regenerative agriculture animals and their fat, then that can help your skin be better, because that's actually very amazing for sunburn. If you go to the website, he'll tell you all about that story. Plus, he's got podcast out there, very friendly, Charles Mayfield. He'll tell you all about this product, and it's so gentle and good for children. And that's what I want to put on my skin. And so we got to look at this as not normal. Don't accept anything that's non-organic, that has chemicals in it, because that contributes to your disease state in your body and to the stress load of toxins into your body. That's the other side of diet and nutrition. What are you putting on your skin? What you put in your mouth and what you put on your skin and what you breathe all creates the body that you have. And so using natural skincare like Feral Life is something I'm excited to really dive into and see how I could repair my maturing skin, because I do get out in the sun. The sun is very healthy for our body. But the problem with sunburn and getting, problems with the skin is if it's oxidized, If your sugar levels are too high, if you don't get nutrients, if you're not getting light into your eyes, then you can't manage your skin. And it's not sunburn that causes, it's not the sun that causes the skin problems. It's when your skin burns and when you have oxidation and inflammation. And so if you also don't have the right nutrients to take light into your eyes, because you need vitamin A for that, when you get the right amount of nutrients for your eyes and light into your eyes, your body then knows how to manage your skin. That's what's missing from natural skincare. So that's my exciting new thing that I'm doing on, besides trying to tone up and lose some weight and tighten my skin, checking my ketones, and so excited to do all of this, taking new tennis lessons, and just being excited to learn more about me and to really tune into my needs and my self-care. And I just scheduled a yoga retreat in the Cook Islands for next May, so I'm super excited to get my body into bikini ready stage. And I don't even know if I could do that, but I'm just going to do my best, feel my best. My brain is my focus. If my brain's not working, if I'm not activated to be able to do my business, then my weight doesn't matter as much. If it stays the same and I tighten up my skin, then I'm going to be happy about that. And so another thing I'm curious about is whether anybody is interested in actually going to a Sedona retreat next April. It's going to be like a 3-day, 2-night retreat. So far, that's what I got planned. Weather's great in Sedona. I'm looking for a retreat center. Not sure if I'm going to go through with it. Looking to see if people are interested. And I want to build this for the holistic low carb method to activate a health adventure lifestyle, because the more you get outside and see how you feel and actually live low carb and activate that process, then you get to feel how amazing your body is going to feel and how you can change and create the body that you want to have. And so that's something I'm going to be looking into it. So if that's something you're interested in, just say hey, yay, and let me know what you think, because I am hoping to plan that and see how it's going to work out. So keep active. Get the movement that you want to have. Know that you don't have to accept being normal. Don't be normal as a woman over 50. Don't be normal at any age. And if you're a guy, you don't want to accept normal either. You want to correct testosterone. We all want to balance our hormones. We get to do this. This is a choice for choosing health. It's a choice to choose health as our wealth. When we do that, it might feel hard in the beginning to get started, but it's not as hard as reversing a disease in your body. So we choose our heart now, so we have a better lifestyle later and live longer life, because we're worth it. Everybody deserves to feel good in their body, and I'm going to guide you to get there. So if you'd like to work with me, I do have 2 spots open this month, and it's all I'm going to be able to take, because I'm heading out for a 2-week vacation in September for my half marathon, and I'm excited to get out and get movement and get light and get some microbes from the Great Smoky Mountain National Parks, and to go out and do some waterfall hikes. I'll talk to you soon. You guys take care. Bye.